in the stripped down, bare bones remains of the Old Selfridges Hotel in London's West End, behind Selfridges department store, where dozens of vitrines are being filled with memorabilia and photographs and objects and all kinds of things relating to this exhibition, ICA Off-Site. And it's a journey through a kind of subculture and counterculture of the 80s, the 90s, the noughties, leading up to now.
What this exhibition really focuses on is this idea of a thread and a possible chain in which things are going from one to the other. And it starts with the early mid-80s in this area here, and there's over 50 vitrines. So as you see going all the way around here, you're going through time. So now we're with lovely Nicola Tyson.
I only just found these negatives which I thought were lost of the Trindis that were this fabulous in-house cabaret for the club scene in the early 80s. So they handed out poppers to the audience and then people would get crazy and get up on stage and then they'd do something to them. So Princess Julia's here. She was Julia Fedor then. A lot of the people who were most creative at this point actually weren't trained at all. The art school crowd were almost a bit suspect.
We're now still in the early 80s, but we're now coming through Princess Julia.
I was part of the Warren Street collective from Great Titchfield Street.
The face of New Romanticism.
One of them, yeah. Look, I've got a Blitz membership there. When you think of something like the New Romantic movement, the Blitz itself was only there for about a year and a half, 2 years. So. And people seem to think that it was going on all through the 80s, and really it finished by 1980.
We're now in the late 80s. This is a club called Anarchy, which is run by John Crancher, and it's where everyone went after Taboo closed. And it was an extraordinary club with a lot of interesting looks based on the punk look. So this is the 90s Frieze magazine.
So this is the beginning of Frieze magazine in 1991, a little art magazine.
Yeah, this is the first published interview with Damien Hirst. In the interview he talks about, I want to do a shark, I want to get a dead shark and put it in a tank. And we were just reading this interview thinking, wow, this guy's got real ambition.
Is that kind of subversive element still around?
Yeah, we're seeing these vitrines, I suppose, but it's difficult. It's more difficult now. It's much bigger, I suppose. There's more at stake.
It's a time machine.
It is a time machine. And this is really that moment where now Damien is showing in Cologne. He's getting international attention, and at which point I think then you see YBA tip into something quite different.
Yeah.
I think this is a moment where a different generation come through. They're somewhat more savvy, less truly anarchistic, because they're starting to work within the parameters of a more commodified art world. We are going to end up over here, and that will be represented by the likes of designers like Bethan Laura Wood, who I think is absolutely fantastic.
For me, what was so exciting about London, or the reason why you come to London, because I'm from a town near Wales, is this knowledge that when you get here, you'll get to meet all these other people that all want to meet each other and make stuff and do stuff. It's always changing. There's always a new area that's becoming the area to go to. Another area is becoming old hat because, you know, other people have moved in. But I love the movement that's in London.
The core of the exhibition isn't just a matter of styles and fashion and changing times. It's also something which comes very much from London itself and from the little groups and subcultures that arise and disappear, whether it's in Dalston or Shoreditch, East London, West or South. And I don't think this exhibition or anything like it could come from any other city on the planet.